Welcome to Wrestleheads. I'm Chuck Jones.
Mark Scott.
Things are heating up. We got Royal Rumble 7 days away. There's a lot of things going on as far as different storylines and different companies. We saw what was going on with Ring of Honor. Lucha Underground is still around the corner. Global Force Wrestling is still MIA. TNA Wrestling is trying to make a move with Drew Galloway. And WWE is trucking along. So with that being said, we got the Royal Rumble on Sunday.
And we have ROH, brought to you by Julian J, a fellow Wrestlehead fan and a fan of the show. Hey, you sent that text out to the producer. We thank you for it. We finally getting some ROH. We want to show you some love because
thanks a lot for telling us about that channel so we can tune in.
It's a Massachusetts channel that NACH is the clam channel, I guess.
Yeah, because there was a lot of controversy about how we were going to watch Ring of Honor, seeing as how they were no longer on Destination America.
Yeah, so shouts out to Julian J.
Right, we want to thank you a lot for that. All right. Going into Monday Night Raw. Okay, now, again, same story, same shit. Roman Reigns versus the Authority, different outlooks and different things like that. The biggest thing that we can say happened on Monday Night Raw, which we will then turn around and segue into Smackdown.
Yeah.
On Raw, we had a United States champion switch. We had Del Rio drop the strap to Kalisto. And let me tell you something, Kalisto, for my money, he has done a damn good job. And I respect his body of work. He's Lucha. And you're in there with the best Lucha wrestler in the world, which is Alberto Del Rio. So, that was a great match. Switching over to SmackDown, he loses the belt to Alberto Del Rio.
They didn't even have him wait to the Royal Rumble, folks. They had him lose it like the next night.
Take it for what it is. I like to see him have a trilogy. I like to see him bring it to an end.
I think that's going to happen on Raw.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like.
Maybe they'll go again on Raw. We'll keep an eye on that. But, you got that going on. You got the Intercontinental title circle, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens. Every once in a while you see Neville in there. Sheamus is trying to get into that mix now, which means Sheamus is totally pushed off from the main event.
pushed off from the main event.
Totally pushed off from the main event.
He was his placeholder, as we call him. And I'm shouts out to the placeholders out there.
And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, to me, I didn't have a lot of faith in Sheamus. I wasn't high on Sheamus. Sheamus been whooping ass for the last 2 months. I got no problem with Sheamus. Sheamus has held that main event. He's done that and so much more. And now they're going to take him off. Which, okay, I've gone on the record here on the show and saying take him off. But I have to give him credit for the body of work that he did do while he was there. It wasn't like Ryback when he got the main event spot against John Cena and they went into an ambulance match. They had a few pay-per-views together and it was shit. No, Sheamus went out there. He worked Roman Reigns. He made that shit happen. I was cool with it. And then, it looks like I said, it looks like he's inserting himself in the Intercontinental title race with Dean Ambrose. But we know the real storyline there is Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens, which we can now say is official. Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Intercontinental title, Royal Rumble, last man standing.
For the last time. Because, that to me has to put the seal on their rivalry right there as the last man standing. Because it looks like, we know there has been rumors that there's going to be a program work with the Ayatollah of rock and roll of Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose and Mania. But so the off project, which I call between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania with Fastlane in between project is what I'm calling. And that's Sheamus. You see they're going in that direction where they're going to work Sheamus off on Ambrose and they're working Neville off on Owens. You know what I mean? So those are going to be some rivalries to look forward to. And when it happens, hey, we brought it to you first. So the rivalries to look forward to going later into the next month. You know what I mean? Because that's the way they're going. So they are working Sheamus into that Intercontinental title picture. They are making his way in it because he will be taking on Ambrose because everything is telling me that Owens will not win the title back to the Royal Rumble.
And with that being said, there's a lot of things going back and forth as far as that storyline. But like you said, now, we got to wipe the slate clean. We got the Royal Rumble coming up on Sunday, 7 days from now. Okay? Whatever previous feuds, grievances, standoffs, whatever you want to call, they all got to come to an end going into this pay-per-view. Because this pay-per-view officially starts the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it starts.
And I mean, there's a lot going on as far as who's going to be the champion, who's going to challenge. These are things we do not know. We've already noted all the injuries and everything going on in the WWE locker room, so we really don't know what to expect. But one thing that we can expect, as to what Amar was alluding to, is this Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens business should be done at the Royal Rumble. And as far as you wondering if this match is going to inhibit them from being in the Royal Rumble match itself, just look at it this way. If they start the show and they compete in a 15 to 20 minute last man standing contest, depending upon how many matches you have after that will determine if they're going to go in the Rumble. So, in other words, if they start the show off and then you get a tag team championship match, you get a Divas championship match, and then the Royal Rumble, expect them to be in it. If you see them compete against each other and go balls out for 20 to 30 minutes right before the Royal Rumble match, don't expect to see them. They've already done what they had to do for the show, and it's done.
Well, you know, I'm gonna have to disagree with you for a minute. I'm gonna have to disagree and go back on a note that I had said last week. How you put over somebody without giving them the title. Remember, we was having this conversation. It was off camera. We didn't do it on the show. But I was like, I feel they're gonna you could put Ambrose and Owens right before the Rumble, have them go balls out for 15 to 20 minutes in a last man standing match, and then have Ambrose in the Rumble and have him do well. That puts him over. That's making stars without putting the strap on him. You know what I mean? Everybody will remember that. Like, man, this dude went 20, 25 minutes with Owens in a last man standing match. Then him and Owens later on was in the Rumble that night. You know what I mean? And that's how I firmly believe they may go that route. Now, I can see your point. And if you let them go 30 minutes or whatnot, balls out, there's a risk of them not being there, but they need the names, man. They need them there. They need them there.
You know,
who's going to take their spot?
This is why I say that it may not happen. If it was a regular wrestling match, I would have never considered it. But we're talking last man standing. We don't know what they're going to do to each other to knock each other out for that standing 10 count. You know, if a guy takes so many chair shots, so many shots with whatever weapon, you can't expect them to come back out there and wrestle out of their mind.
Still, they're badass.
They're badass, but Kevin Owens is going to put a whooping on Dean Ambrose.
Kevin Owens will win the match.
Whether he wins or loses,
he's going to whoop his ass.
He's going to put a whooping on Dean Ambrose. So to have him come back out and they have to tangle against other superstars who are fresh, 29 other guys.
There's going to be some guys in there winded because they're guys that, you know, that's going to have matches. I believe Del Rio will be in it, even though not Del Rio, but they may have one of the tag team cats from the tag team match in it. You know what I mean? You know, so there's going to be other guys that's going to work earlier that night that's going to be in the Rumble. They're not going to be the only ones that's gassed, and it's happened before. My problem is this now. I would really be hard up on what you're saying if the injuries weren't there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
the
injuries throw a real monkey motherfucking wrench in everything. You know what I'm saying? Because who the fuck is going to take these motherfucking spots? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You need the motherfucking names in the Rumble. And that's what we're grabbing for straws. You know what I mean?
Grasping
for straws. You need who you need. That's why I'm hoping that AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, is in the Rumble. Why? Because, I mean, shit. Who else are you going to have there? You know, there wasn't even really thoroughly legit superstars on that motherfucking ramp on Raw. And that's straight from the hip.
And more importantly than that, though, if you bring AJ Styles out, you got to make him look good. He's got to be in the Final 4, Final 2, if you ask me. He's got to be the last person out if he's going to lose. If he's going to win, all the better. But, like I said, it's a little complicated right now because I personally don't believe that WWE even knows what the fuck they're going to do going up to this Sunday. I think it's going to be one of those last-minute meetings that you get on a Wednesday or a Thursday where they finally decide, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the way we're going. We already got storylines set up to WrestleMania because we do have to remember, Brock Lesnar's in this Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big time.
Brock Lesnar is in this Royal Rumble. And that can throw a monkey wrench in anybody's plan. I don't give a fuck who you are. So, you know, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Let's move on from the WWE. Let's move into Ring of Honor. You know, thanks to Julian J. Sales for, you know, showing Randy that, you know, we can go to the New York channel of Ring of Honor and still see what's going on. We were able to view Ring of Honor.
We really appreciate that, man. That was really big ups because we've been searching far and wide. From here to the East Coast, to down south, to up north, to even the other countries. We were looking for Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? Spending a lot of time doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So
thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I mean, the fans just helping us. That's what we're talking about. Fans being interactive with the show. That's what we like. Man, that's a wrestling fan right there.
So all we're trying to do is watch wrestling like everybody else. And we talk shit about it.
Basically.
So whenever you can do shit like that, hey,
it's good.
We appreciate it. So thanks to that, gentlemen. You know, and don't take it personal if I didn't take your friend request. I only have my family on my Facebook. You know, but I will connect with you on the Wrestleheads Facebook. And I also have to apologize to that Wrestleheads page for we do have an internal struggle about pictures and articles going up of motherfuckers that ain't there no more. Yeah, really don't need to be on there. Motherfuckers watching baseball games or taking pictures of their ass. We also have to apologize for, you know, the sheriff of Nottingham's picture going up late that died.
Yeah.
What was the motherfucker's name?
Who put him up there?
Randy put the motherfucker up there a day later because he was so busy looking at fucking Caitlin's ass that he forgot to put that nigga up there. And I was like, we a day late, but hey, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. So we're human too, you know.
Non-wrestlers.
Yeah, you know. So the thing is, like, you know.
Well, Ring of Honor. Wow. I mean, right out the gate. Right out the gate. It was total nonstop. It was more than what TNA's more than total nonstop. It was action all the time. You know what I mean? The main event. Let's just skip past. I mean, and shouts out to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, and he went with, Mark Briscoe went 1-on-1 with
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. No, not Adam Cole. Adam Cole's a part of the
Red Dragon?
Yeah, Red Dragons.
No, he's part of the Kingdom.
Yeah, he's part of the Kingdom.
Yeah, and for some reason, okay, it was obviously an old taping because you still have
Adam
Mike
Pierce.
Bennett. You still have Mike Bennett on that show with Maria.
Yeah.
But as most of you know, Mike Bennett and Maria, they showed up in TNA. So
yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and start making that.
They need to start. They
splash.
Ring of Honor, you need to get on that. You need to they were. Mike Bennett was in the main event, but I mean the main event was good. But it was Adam Page versus Mark Briscoe. That was a hell of a match. But we want to talk about the main event,
which is the Young Bucks versus the Red Dragon versus the Kingdom. I mean,
man, off the hook. I mean, it was a super kick party.
They really go balls out when they wrestle each other. And I'm sorry, just 3 teams crashing into each other, blowing into each other, and then AJ Styles coming out at the end, them fucking up Maria.
What Kelly get the Kelly get the
Kevin Kelly got the super kick.
He got super kick. I mean, and he knocked his ass out. He was talking 1 minute, super kicked the next. He was out cold. Caught all of it.
And you ain't fooling nobody. We know Steve Corino's behind that fucking ass. What the fuck is y'all really talking about?
Steve Corino, wrestler number 3, wrestler master number 3.
You didn't have to bring up none of that shit about leaving the fucking business and your neck being fucked up. If you can't wrestle no more, you can't wrestle no more, but you still want to be around it. We love to have you. You ain't got to sit there and be behind no fucking mask looking more ridiculous than Dale Wilkes when he did the Patriot.
The Dale Wilkes?
You know what I'm saying?
Not Dale Wilkes!
That shit was pathetic.
Hey, I thought you was a fan when he was in WCW.
Shit. I wasn't a fan when that motherfucker had Kurt Angle's music in WWE.
Oh, shit. Okay, but Ring of Honor was, we glad to be watching it again. I mean, it was off the hook. I mean, but next week, they got some big things going on. They got a big U.S. title match, I think, next week. We're going to keep you tuned on that. Moving on to TNA.
Okay, so then you got TNA Impact, right? Which, they're still months behind on television, and we're months ahead in real life.
Yeah.
But, we're just going to speak on the program that we saw on the damn TV, which was the face-off between EC3 and Matt Hardy. You know what I'm saying? You also had the Dollhouse going against the Beautiful People, it appeared to be. You know, Awesome Kong is fitting into the Dollhouse.
The big bad gravy daddy Eli Drake, a.k.a. Sean Ricker, getting some shine in a tag team match. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Getting his personality, taking it to the next level. You know what I mean? Because he's the future of TNA. And since they ain't really got too much of a future.
And I'll be honest, like, I don't... Now that I've seen Sean Ricker, I've seen him on the mic. Yeah. I've seen him wrestle in the ring.
His money, man.
I don't really care for that motherfucker being with Jesse Goddard.
Yeah.
Jesse Goddard is trash.
Yeah, he's
I've never endorsed Zema Ion. I still say that motherfucker should have been gone after that shit he did to Jesse Sorensen. I don't endorse him either. They had him in there against Tigre Uno and the American Wolves, 3-on-3. You know what I'm saying?
Six-man tag.
Yeah, the Wolves and the Uno won. But Eli Drake, to me, he has a bright future.
Yeah.
You know, or excuse me, Eli Drake. He has a bright future in TNA, and I mean now more than time than ever is to give him the shot because TNA really ain't got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had that match with Drew Galloway and Kurt Angle at the end of the night, which
that was the main event.
I mean, that main event was okay, but yeah.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. You trying to, because you know they're putting the. If you don't know, I mean, these are for the people that really don't know what we're like wrestling. But the people that know that they're gearing their, like Matt Hardy's a placeholder. Drew Galloway is going to be their next World Heavyweight Champion. And that's where they're going with it, because that's why EC3 got made a face. So it's like, okay, they can't fight each other because they're both going to be faces. So we're going to put the title on Galloway and see where it goes. I'm in the party of saying, I want to see what he does when he get the title, but if you ask me, have Drew Galloway looked, or AKA whatever the fuck they're called, Drew Galloway, McIntyre, you know, whatever they're calling him now, if you ask me, has he shown that he has the will, the pure desire, and the thirst to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion? No. Because to me, the man has not shown, he has not made an impact in TNA. Let me bring you in. This guy was handed a group. This guy, okay, granted, the group had a stud in Sean Ricker, and I've been telling y'all about him for a minute. It didn't have Micah. Micah wasn't that good, but he had a group. And what did he do? He didn't do shit with it. Yeah, he didn't do shit with it. He didn't show that he wanted to be their world champion. Personally, the title should stay on EC3. But I can see they're going Galloway. Let's see what he does when he got the title. Because I'll tell you this, Jack. If Galloway doesn't show up when the lights are on bright, when he has the title around his waist, don't coming back to the WWE talking about you want a title shot and you want to be the man over there. Because if you couldn't hold or scratch the ass of TNA, you know, what do you think you're going to do when you get to the WWE? So you need to show you want it, baby. Get that little bit of that Christian in you. Because when Christian went over there, he wanted it, and he got it. You ain't took shit. You went over there and you just turned in, like to what Randy says, a lazy bitch.
Here's my analysis on the situation. Number one, I don't want to see Matt Hardy, his wife, and his kid all over the goddamn
Quit
show.
pimping out your wife, motherfucker.
That ain't got shit to do with why we're here. That ain't got shit to do with pro wrestling. And if you ain't got shit for Anderson to do, tell him to stay home. It's that simple. That whole segment with that fake-ass talk show shit should have never went down. I mean, that shit's on Anderson and shit's on Hardy. They just had the fucking child. The bitch don't need to be on there with the fucking child, and you don't need to have no fake-ass Arsenio Hall show. The shit just shouldn't be going down like that.
Man, Hardy's wife got a nice ass.
I don't give a fuck what she got. She shouldn't be on goddamn.
That's why he got her on the road.
Okay?
He got her on the stroll.
The bottom line is
to the
this.
world.
I'm tired of seeing Jeff Hardy. I'm tired of seeing Matt Hardy.
Jeff Hardy hasn't even. This is the first time he wrestled in months.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want
to see Jeff.
I don't want to see the motherfucker unless he's tag teaming. I don't want to see him in no main event situation. I got my own problems.
Yeah.
I got my own issues behind
that. Get over
that.
it, buddy.
You gotta get past that.
I'm having a hard time with it, but I'll deal with it. Now, the bottom line is this. Okay, you're pushing this main event on me of Kurt Angle and Drew Galloway, and I'm in the back of my mind, I'm saying Drew Galloway doesn't have it,
But you do.
and I'm saying that Kurt Angle's over the hill. But yet you put them both in the fucking ring, and you're making me watch this. At the end of the night, you're making me watch this. We saw a better match with the 3-on-3 with the Wolves and Tigre Uno against, Eli Drake, Goddard, and Zema Ion. And I don't really care for half of those motherfuckers. But the bottom line is this. I saw that main event. I saw the finishing move. It was supposed to be an angle slam off the top. It looked like a vertebrated fucking back body drop. The shit was fucking, it was a cry for help. And they said goodbye. And that was the end of TNA. What the fuck? You got an opportunity. This is like your 9th life, bitch. And you still ain't getting it done over there. We just got done talking about.
I kind of like what they're doing.
We just got done talking about Eli Drake. This is a guy who gets on the mic, don't give a fuck where he came from, he don't give a fuck where he's going, or whatever the case may be. He's going to sell himself to you, he's going to work in the ring. I don't care for the haircut because he kind of looks like Magnus now, But the bottom line is, this guy's got talent, he's got charisma, he's got everything, and you're wasting your main event with Kurt Angle and fucking Drew Galloway. So it's like, we'll have to see what TNA does. Lastly, shame on you for still being there. You know what I'm saying?
He's like
it's whatever, So, for the most part, that was TNA, that was Ring of Honor, that was WWE. Like I said, the big thing this week is that we gotta wait and see what's going on with the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble takes precedence over all this shit. We threw the shout out to Ring of Honor and ACH and all those guys. They're still kicking ass and they're still going strong, and I'm cool with that, But the name of the game right now is to know what we're gonna do with Royal Rumble, and we need to know what we're gonna do going up to WrestleMania. There's a lot of things on the line here that we got to get figured out.
You know what I need to get figured out? I got to say it. What the fuck are they doing or have been doing with Roman Reigns' title reign? I mean, this is supposed to be this kid's main title reign. His first major title reign. He's the WWE World Champion. But you got an opportunity to have him drop it at the Rumble and put it on somebody else and go in a different direction.
Hopefully they keep it on him.
Yeah, I mean, look. Granted, they should keep it on him because that's the only... Look, if you're making it one versus all, that's the only thing that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you're going to further it up. But as far as Triple H getting the strap, or they giving Triple H a title shot at WrestleMania.
That's like putting a silk head on a bull.
I'm like, fuck, man. But my thing is, they're really dry. Because look, all I've seen over the last 6 weeks of the man coming out is doing this. Going down there.
In front of Stephanie, in front of
Vince. That's it. That's all I've been seeing him do. Nothing meaningful. You know what I mean? At all. And he is the world heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? They're not having him defend against really nobody but Sheamus. And he's been the title holder for 6 weeks. And then they threaten to take it off him in week 8. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping this kid out. It really isn't. Because even if you take it from him and you build him back up again, and to have him get back to the title, which I'm not going to put it past you that you're doing right now. You know what I mean? Or what you're going to plan to do. That's still fucking him over. Because we're like, yeah, we see him as the champion, and he didn't really beat nobody. Like, he was the champion for like a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? You're putting him in the same category as which was wrong when you did it to Daniel Bryan. It was wrong when you did it to Dolph Ziggler, and so on and so on. And then you're going to make it the next mistake, and you're doing it with him. Unless
he wins the Royal Rumble.
Wins the Rumble. If he wins the Rumble, if he wins the Rumble, he's winning Fastlane.
That's right.
If he wins the Rumble, he's winning Fastlane. He's going to the granddaddy of them all. And that's if they go in that direction. If they don't go in that direction, the shit's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? You put the title on this kid for it to be a motherfucking joke. You know what I mean? That's real. That really is real.
Hopefully not, but...
Well, you're giving them too much credit. You always give them too much credit.
It's hard.
You know what I mean? They fucking it up.
It's hard to say what they're going to do with Roman Reigns right now because, it
looks like they're going to have him and Triple H at WrestleMania. Triple H back in the saddle.
What really fucked us off was the fact that they put the belt up at the Royal Rumble match.
That's fucked up. Why would you do that? Give him an opponent.
You took away the number one contender to the title at WrestleMania, now saying that, okay, you're going to be the champion, which means they can name any number one contender they can. So, I mean, I blame that on the injuries and shit like that, but
no, that's no reason.
Like you said,
that's panic.
Like you said, we can't cry over spilled milk. What's done is done. I'm getting a McDonald's M&M McFlurry when we done with this shit. Okay,
Shit.
so
Motherfuckers it went up.
the bottom line is
And the
this.
cups are smaller.
The bottom line is this, Jack. Roman Reigns has to win the fucking Royal Rumble. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 in a row, 5 in a row.
Yeah, they have.
If you wanted him to be that nigga, to be that next guy, he better not lose a fucking belt in less than a month.
I'm afraid I got some bad news.
And what's that?
In the words of Victor Newman, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, give us some news and notes because we're done with the weekly shows.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Let's hold on.
Well, shit. First off, I want to throw my congratulations out to the man they call Sting for getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. It's well worth it.
Well, that's a no-brainer. He's first ballot.
And I'm glad they put him up first. I mean, it was a smart move.
They gonna go him first, Undertaker last.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be a good move for them to put the Undertaker in there. Yeah, Texan, a fellow Texan, as you can say, Sting and some other fucking people.
Not only that, but since you announced that, I also like to recognize all the notoriety and fanfare from celebrities and everybody really came out for Sting. Everybody really came out for Sting on this one.
You gotta remember, Sting was the franchise of WCW.
He was a household name, man. Yeah.
You know, he out of a lot of bullshit, he was a positive light for a long fucking time.
And let's be
even
honest,
when he disappeared for that year,
it can only be right that Ric Flair inducts him.
No, he is.
And that's
Lexi.
good segue, because that's what I was about to talk about. That it's pretty much well known behind the scenes is going to be the Nature Boy Ric Flair that's going to be to induct Sting, which is only right. Because I think Sting probably wouldn't have told him, and Flair probably wouldn't have told him.
Like, if it was
Lexi. Next to Flair and Steamboat.
Look.
No, but let's be honest.
It's bad enough that bum got to be there, and he's going to be there. I'm already knowing. I'm not even going to kid myself. I know Lex Luger, bum ass, is going to be at the Hall of Fame, and he shouldn't be nowhere close to it.
You bum son of a bitch!
I don't give a fuck what neither one of y'all say Lex Luger's a Hall of Fame.
Oh, fuck no, man.
That dude, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something, Jack. Lex Luger owes Sting everything. Lex Luger owes Sting his career.
I mean, Ronnie Garvin's Hall of Famer.
I mean, Sting.
Here, you want to bring up bum? Let's go in the timeline. Here, let's play Back to the Future, but go back to the past.
I'm gonna be honest.
One, Lex Luger was multiple time world champion.
Torture rack.
He was a multiple time champion.
Sting had nothing to do with Lex Luger body slamming fucking Yokozuna off of the.
He didn't body slam. It was a sidewinder.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
You know who body slammed Yokozuna? Ahmed Johnson. That's who body slammed. That was a real body slam. He picked him up over his head and wham.
Let me tell you something.
Lex Luger did this.
Ahmed Johnson body slammed Sonny for some coke for Chris Candido.
Okay, you're talking about two separate things. You're talking about two separate things.
Talking about what Ahmed Johnson did.
He Pearl River plunged her for some coke. Get it right. He Pearl River plunged her for some coke.
Getting back on task.
Yeah, you don't want to get off task.
Next to Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat. Ric Flair versus Sting was the greatest feud in WCW history.
Damn sure wasn't Lex Luger.
It's only fair that you have the Nature Boy induct him.
Yeah. Lex Luger's not a Hall of Famer though.
Not by a long shot.
I think so.
No way.
Go ahead.
Shit, he ain't even in Rikishi's class. And I say that. And that shit disgusts me.
Diamond Dallas Page may get in.
You can't say that.
He should.
Ric Flair's a former.
Diamond Dallas Page, yeah.
Lex Luger's a former world champion.
And you think about it. And you think about it. Diamond Dallas Page, for him starting out so late in his life.
Hold on.
Hold
on. We was talking about DDP.
Lex Luger's a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion and saying that he's not in the class with Rikishi, but yet you fucking put up articles about motherfuckers that ain't even in wrestling no more, who have no fucking relevance to what we're talking about today.
Who you talking about?
Caitlyn,
3-time women's champion.
AJ, CM Punk. None of those motherfuckers I don't give a fuck.
Hold on. Hold the fuck up.
Whatever you in the World Heavyweight title in a major you are entitled to at least
fucking
being
dare
on the back.
you even bringing up Lex Luger's name and AJ's name. That bum son of a bitch.
Last time I checked, Lex Luger headlined pay-per-views for WCW. AJ ain't never headlined no pay-per-view for
shit. Headlined CM Punk's cock.
What the fuck?
Where the fuck that come from? from. Anyway,
the point is true. It is true, I guess.
The point where I'm trying to say
that little 3-foot tall bitch was better than Lex Luger. Because you gonna lose that fucking battle. Lex Luger's a part of history.
You know what?
He's a part of War Game. He's a part of Star Game. He's a part of shit.
Made that fucking impact in wrestling. Lex Luger ain't never did that.
Bullshit.
Not even on his best day. CM Punk, for you to even mention CM Punk with Lex Luger.
This is what he fucking missing.
He was at a hockey game.
This is what he fucking missing, right? While he taking pictures of fucking CM Punk licking an ice cream cone. Check this out. Lex Luger was the first one to beat Hogan.
Take your ass down to Georgia was the first one. Fucking wheelchair.
No, Lex Luger was the first one to beat Hogan after the NWO took over. Brought the strap back to WCW. No, that was history.
Oh yeah, my fault.
That was history.
My fault. Lex Luger wasn't the first wrestler to get away with murder. It was Jimmy Snuka. Go ahead.
Yeah.
How you gonna call that murder?
He killed Elizabeth.
He put the coke to the bitch nose and
Yeah, he did.
He did, man.
That nigga beat her ass.
Nah, man.
He beat her ass.
He beat her ass. He beat her ass like a dirty dish rag. He was a filthy excuse, man.
That's
why.
Why
beat her ass.
Why do you think? Let me tell you something, Jack. Why do you think he had all these health problems? And then magically,
and he got to live through it.
Magically,
and he got to live through it.
Magically,
because he got to suffer.
Magically, when shit went down, he found Jesus. You know, yeah, you found Jesus when the law was on your ass. That's when you found Jesus.
He was beating her ass. He is not a Hall of Famer.
He's a piece of shit.
That's what he is.
He shouldn't be nowhere close to it.
He's going to be at the Hall of Fame for
Yeah, he has
That's
more of an impact on wrestling than Caitlyn, but you got a picture of that bitch up in the fucking mirror.
Hey, that bitch is in wrestling. Look at it. And I bet you pushed the like.
So?
How about that? How about them
You got
apples?
the bodybuild pictures of Caitlyn, though. I was like, shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, what the fuck?
She got a nice, hey, for her to be a body, she has a nice body.
Yeah, she do.
And she was shit when she was a wrestler. For you to talk about fucking Lex Luger, and you got this bitch up on the Wrestle Ass page?
Okay.
She was shit every step of the ring.
Okay, so what you want me to get a picture of Lex Luger in a wheelchair?
Oh,
I'm trying to
put him up on the Wrestle Ass page?
Yeah. What you trying to do?
That's fucked up.
What are you trying to do?
All I'm saying is you can't take away what Lex Luger did for wrestling.
He ain't did shit for wrestling.
He's a part of it too.
Let me tell you something. You're right.
The Mall America.
Hold on. Yeah.
What the hell's he doing here?
Hold on. You know when he was a part of wrestling? Him fucking up his title reign in WWE.
Him losing to Tatanka.
Shit, him fucking up.
He was the first one.
Him fucking up. He was gonna get the belt. He was gonna get the belt because he was a cocky son of a bitch.
He was the first person.
He couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Hogan in WCW. That was big.
Yeah.
And what he had it for a cup of coffee? For a cup of coffee?
Oh no, he won on Monday, lost it the following Sunday.
Exactly. Which wasn't the shit.
Proceed with the news and notes.
Lex Luger's a fucking bum bitch, and you know it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No,
You
have your opinion of what you all do.
You keep holding your little kid fucking shit. Oh, Lex,
fans on the show,
he torture
send us your thoughts on that. Is Lex Luger a bum son of a bitch? If he is, check A. If he's not, check B.
Peeps, if you know anything about wrestling, everybody knows the only reason he was worth something is because of Sting. Fuck, Eric Bischoff done said it like 1,900 times where he said the only reason I brought back Lex Luger, Sting said, please bring him back. It's a personal favor to me. That's why he got to come back.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Well, then why did he get?
Hell, I think he even.
Why did he get the WWE contract?
I think he even said.
Why did Vince McMahon?
I think he even said something on fucking.
If he wasn't shit, he should have never came to WWE, right?
I think he said something even on that Bradshaw shit. He talked about that shit. The WWE thought they could do something with it, but they realized he wasn't worth shit. When he wasn't worth shit, he couldn't get over. Hey nigga, he couldn't get over for shit. So he had to go get in an accident and then get this fucking bionic fucking plate in his fucking forearm and start hitting people with his fucking forearm because he couldn't sell shit.
Wouldn't have touched him.
He couldn't sell shit.
If he couldn't sell shit at that point in time, WWE wouldn't have touched him.
Question.
There was so much more talent out there.
Did he ever have a title? Did he ever?
They signed Lex.
Did he ever have a title?
What, in WWE?
Yeah.
Intercontinental, right?
No.
Yeah, shit.
There you go. The end.
Yeah. He was a part of what was the
British
Allied Powers.
Him and British Bulldog.
Allied Powers.
I think they might have gave him the tag belts for a cup of fucking coffee.
Allied Powers. Dun dun dun.
And I feel sad. I feel sad that the British Bulldog had to drop down to that son of a bitch's level because he couldn't carry the British Bulldog jock
They
strap.
were both doing steroids together.
And the British Bulldog was still better than him.
Yeah, they were shooting each other in the ass with steroids.
Shit, he probably getting fucking Bret Hart's sister.
The needles. You shoot me, I shoot you.
Getting Bret Hart's sister to fucking do it.
They were steroids buddies. Bret Hart's wife looked like she was on steroids. Goddamn lumberjack. Shit.
That's fucked
up. He like she gonna cut down some trees. Shit, get that shit up.
That's fucking horrible.
It is horrible.
Next! We can spend 6 minutes talking about a bum
I
bat.
can talk about her.
Thank you, Charles, for fucking up the show.
Lex Luger's the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, God.
You said first ballot?
Okay, we gotta move on. This guy is gonna come with this bullshit.
You're fucking delusional.
Oh, this delusional nonsense.
It's funny because a lot of people that I try to tell you ain't shit. Your biggest go-to move is he's a former world heavyweight champion.
Pull one.
You don't
Pull
even,
one.
Barry Windham. He wasn't.
What?
He should have been a part of the original Four Horsemen.
Are you crazy?
The original Four Horsemen.
What?
You out of your mind. You out of your mind.
What? And Blanchard.
No.
That's it.
No.
But what
The best horseman group.
The
best horseman
Whoa.
group. The best horseman
Oh, my God.
What did you say to me?
The best horseman
Barry
group
Windham was a
was
former
That's fucking blasphemy.
the best horseman group was Wyndham.
elevation
It was Wyndham,
Okay, I ain't trying to
Blanchard,
go into
Flair,
elevation on the chair.
The best horseman group was Wyndham, Blanchard, Flair, and Anderson.
You guys are not hearing my point.
Hey, no fucking Oli.
Is you
Oli
guys
could wipe Barry Wyndham's shot.
You guys are
You know what
not
I'm
hearing
saying?
You
my
trying to say
point.
this shit for shock value? Is this a bit? Please tell me, is this a bit?
It has
You
to.
guys are not hearing my point. The point that you tried to make was the reason why that 4 was better than the original 4 was because Barry Windham was a former champion.
See, let's cut
Lex
through
Luger
the bullshit.
heavyweight
Let's cut through the
champion.
bullshit.
You throw
Let's
out
cut
the
through the
window.
bullshit.
That's inconsistency.
So you saying Barry Windham is lesser than Lex Luger?
For real? Are you serious?
No. Again, you guys are missing what I'm saying.
No, I think you're missing what you're saying.
You used the World Heavyweight title as your
And you brought up Barry Windham.
That's right. You used the World
Barry
Heavyweight
Windham was
title.
in the best group of the horsemen.
But hold on.
It was him.
And he was a he was a great singles wrestler.
You're using the World Heavyweight
Better than
title,
Oli.
basing your argument on why that was the best horseman group.
I think you.
And I'm telling you,
I think you used the wrong person.
I'm using the same
You
world
used the-
title.
you used the
to say
wrong
Lex
person.
Luger
You
is
used
a
the wrong
Hall of
person.
Famer.
You used the wrong person because Lex Luger ain't even in the fucking same realm as Barry Windham.
Oh,
Try
hell
somebody
no.
else.
He's
Try
not on the
somebody
same
else.
planet.
Now,
Just go to the next
if you
one
wanna-
because it's not
now how
going
we
through.
how we
Barry Windham was skilled. Lex Luger was a steroid freak. You know what I mean? Hit with a
Now-
bionic arm.
now-
Barry Windham
now-
was skilled.
Now, if you wanted to
Man.
fucking use muscle people, you could have said like a Batista or somebody. And I still said fucking Lex Luger ain't better than Batista. And that's real shit.
The point I was trying to make was
Oh,
your
I
argument
love
was
that.
the world champion.
I'm not
Being a
too
former
much.
Shit,
world
I'll
champion.
say that.
It's like
Batista had more personality than
that.
that nigga. And he can wrestle multiple people.
You don't even acknowledge that he's a former
Yes,
world
let's
champion.
move on. Next, Daniel Bryan's still trying to train to come back.
Cry me a river.
Next, Rusev suffers an injury, but they try to cover it up. He's supposed to be coming back, but he ain't came back yet.
Suck it slow, who's that? For real, man, that guy's all
Next.
something.
I made a quick list. I put it up on WrestleHeads this week. This is my 5 key people that can make an impact at the Royal Rumble match. Number 5, AJ Styles. If you've seen the video, you know he's coming. It's no more controversy. Is he not coming? He's coming. I mean, he took a big money fucking deal. Shouts out to the fucking, if that was game, to fucking get that shit done. Good job, Triple H. Because, hey, you know, it comes to a point, you need to get motherfuckers in the goddamn building. You need to get new fucking superstars, even though AJ's 38. And I'm thinking he might have signed for a, 2-3 year deal. Because that sounds like about right. And AJ's trying to get his retirement shit together. It's a good move. Number 4, Sheamus. I think Sheamus can make an impact. Number 3, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Number 2, Bray Wyatt. And number 1, that triple hoe we just got through talking about, Triple H. Those are my top 5 people. As somebody that, other than Roman Reigns, the title can land on him.
How the fuck did you put Bray Wyatt over Brock Lesnar in terms of impact in the Royal Rumble?
Here, let me help you out because Bray Wyatt got 3 other motherfuckers to help him.
Yeah.
And any of them, and I'm sorry, I don't picture Brock Lesnar taking that new dude.
And then Triple H being number 1?
Because he running everything.
The only way that's going to work is if Triple H draws 30.
And that's what's going to happen.
Most likely.
God, if he draws 30 and wins, what the fuck are we going to do?
How are they going to put the title back on Triple H, man? I don't think they're going that route.
Triple H going into Mania as the champion. With all the fucking news and
That
notes,
means they're putting
with all the superstars coming.
We still
this shit.
We still got other stuff. We still got other stuff to go through.
Yeah.
So next,
well,
New Japan.
He did beat Sting last year.
Yeah, exactly. New Japan strips Nakamura of the IWGP Intercontinental title.
All right.
They didn't even let him lose it. They took it from him, and they probably gonna have a tournament for it.
Okay.
Most likely, they said he's gonna finish up during this last part of the month. Him, Anderson, and Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
They're still on contract until the end of this month.
Now, next, Jim Ross wrote who he think he should be put in the WWE Hall of Fame class 2016.
Okay, let's see what he thinks.
He think Michael P.S. Hayes and the Freebirds, which that's like the general consensus. It seemed like nowadays.
They're finna put Jimmy Garvin in there.
They're gonna put the 3 because you know why, because the whole Devon Eric's territory thing.
Yeah, they finna put 4.
Because they was big down there all over Texas.
Yeah, the WCCW.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So they was big down there, and you gotta give them credit for that. That is correct on that part. Next, John Bradshaw Laytonfield.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would have said I would have waited another year, but he has been retired. When you think about it, he has been retired 5, 6, 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah. He been retired for some years.
Yeah.
Because he was away for a couple years and then came back.
I would say Bradshaw's nice. I would go Bradshaw. But see, here's the Freebird. So they're going to put in 3. They're going to put in 4.
It's probably 3 because
they actually named Jimmy Garvin though. They named Terry. They named all of them. Then they
basically, you already know it's gonna be Hayes. It's gonna be Terry Gordy, and then there's always the third one. They ain't gonna put the black dude in there. They ain't gonna put that other one. It's probably gonna be the dark hair. What's his name? Terry Garvin.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think they're gonna put in 4 of them. I don't think they're gonna put in the black dude. They're gonna put in the blonde.
Next.
What's your name?
He think Miss Jackie Moore.
Yeah.
Another fellow Texan. I got no problem with that.
Problems with that one either.
She was a tough broad, and my favorite part when her tits came out when Sable pulled that shirt. That was beautiful.
She had some ass.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She was for her frame. She was blocked off.
She sure did look like somebody punched her in her mouth.
But if you get past the face, you get past the face and look down.
She was ugly as shit.
Because you know Booker T used to take that for a touchdown.
Yeah, I bet he did. You had to have a bag over that head.
We talking about Black Jackie?
Yeah.
Oh, I hit. What's
Yeah,
up?
I hit it. Hey, look at her.
Next. Oh, Billy Goldberg. Hey, you know what it has? Some WCW shit go fall in here. And after that, last but not least, the bad man from Borgia, Stan Hansen.
I don't know about Billy Goldberg, but I do agree with Stan Hansen.
And
I agree with everybody. I agree with everybody that Jim Ross said besides Billy Goldberg. I feel DDP can be put in that spot.
To me,
you know what I'm saying?
If I was changing it, the Freebirds wouldn't go in yet.
Wow.
You gotta put the Steiner brothers in first. I'm sorry. Like the Freebirds were like a flamboyant team, but the only real wrestler in that group was Terry.
But you're gonna put the.
And then like
they was big. You gotta remember. They were huge.
They were big. They were big and they were popular. I understand.
I agree. The Steiner brothers should be.
But the only real wrestler in that group was Terry Gordy, who was also a successful tag team member of Stan Hansen.
Okay.
So if you want to put those
I get you trying to plug that.
Them in there,
what I'm saying with this,
I understand that.
What I'm saying with this is,
just saying.
Don't take no offense what I'm about to say.
I'm just saying before
the Steiner brothers was big. They was huge. But if you look at it for totality, if you look at totality, like for that feud, the Steiner brothers, anything they did wasn't as big as what the Freebirds did down there in Texas.
Well, I mean, and
that was some next level shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like
that's the only reason why I'm weighing towards is Texas. Now, if it's in Detroit, I'm on record of saying it's a goddamn criminal shame that the Steiner brothers are not in the Hall of Fame already. You know what I mean? Scott Steiner could be a 2-time Hall of Famer if you really want to get frank. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't want to do it. They're fucking scared.
We'll see.
They're scared of Steiners.
Next. Well, shit, you got to remember, Scott is a mouth off any fucking thing.
I don't give a fuck. Sock Triple H in his mouth.
Doesn't matter.
big bad booty daddy. You know what I'm
Next,
saying?
it look like Sasha Banks gonna be out for another month.
She got time. That's
So,
cool.
I think as long as she
so
gets,
off TV for a month.
I don't think they're gonna be off TV. They probably gonna put. It's gonna be
They
more.
should.
More
They
wrestling.
haven't had
Well, I
on
mean,
TV
to me,
for
they
like
gotta
2
be getting
weeks.
ready for her dad's case anyway. So, the only one that really needs a job is Naomi.
I've heard he was pleading like he was crazy.
No, he's pleading.
That would get later on in the show.
Oh.
Now, next, Paige is out with a concussion.
Yeah.
Is that why we haven't seen her?
Yeah, she caught a concussion. You see,
But she
I
was
think
on Rob and
I think it was
ridiculousness.
She was she caught that like towards last month in December.
Take that show on the
Yeah, she been having they put her through they got their own little protocol and stuff like that. So
Again, she's got time to get back before the big show.
Yeah, she'll probably be back. Her and Sasha Banks.
Because I mean, you got Becky Lynch and Charlotte holding down the Divas division right now. You can let their feud go.
They might have a real good match.
Yeah, you can let their feud go another week or a month or so. You never know.
next, it looks like WWE Hall of Famer Sunny is selling her Hall of Fame ring on eBay.
For some coke.
Tammy Cinch is giving fans a piece of her unique WWE Diva alter ego, Sunny, by hawking a totally unique piece of memorabilia, her Hall of Fame ring. Sunny got the ring in 2011, and she's unloading the ring on eBay with an opening bid of $3,000. Which, if it's true fans out there, that shit's gonna go up.
Let me
Cause
just.
she was a popular diva.
Let me just go ahead and put my thoughts on this. And this is going back to that Freebird shit.
Oh, Jesus.
This is why you have to be careful who you put in the Hall of Fame. Because you know what? It's bad enough. I saw Abyss wearing Hulk Hogan's Hall of Fame ring.
But Michael Hayes is a lifer. You know he ain't gonna do nothing with
He still works for him.
I'm just saying, like,
Sonny,
you gotta
she
be careful who you put in the Hall of Fame.
You know, she
I mean, like, she's gonna put the Hall of Fame.
Back.
Yeah, like she's gonna put the Hall of Fame ring up, and it's like there's women out there who would die to get in the goddamn Hall of Fame.
She just went in too.
I mean, like, come on.
Like,
man.
I got her
4 years ago.
You can't.
I got a ring. I got a ring, and I'm
4 or 5 years ago.
You cannot be that broke. Like $3,000.
Okay, but see, you gotta remember, Superstar Billy Graham sold his shit.
She went, man.
See?
And Billy Graham, and let's be real, Billy Graham he's always been a fucking traitor.
But here it goes. Billy Graham
He used to get on all those goddamn shows and go after Vince for steroids and shit. And then they put his bum ass in the Hall of Fame, gave him a fucking Legends contract. Now they the greatest organization ever. But then you'll catch that nigga every once in a while on a side interview, and you fucking interviewers going out there and fighting this shit. The ones that keep talking to Kurt Angle, keep talking to Vince Russo.
Talking to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. It's like, I don't understand that fucking shit.
But
This is why you gotta be careful who you put in the Hall of Fame.
But here's the difference. Superstar Billy Graham sold his Hall of Fame ring to pay his mortgage. Sonny she's selling her
That
Hall
man
of
should
Fame.
not be broke. And
She's
she
selling
shouldn't
her
be
Hall of
broke
Fame ring to buy some fucking coke.
Billy Graham,
You know what I'm saying?
Billy Graham,
It's a difference.
sell his ass if he could. If he
And
wasn't
apparently
that
Sonny's selling her ass.
He shouldn't be broke.
Pornos and shit.
They should not be broke though, man. They are named.
Is she making pornos?
What porno?
She making
Okay, next.
For what, Vivid?
I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, something
What,
like
Wicked?
that. Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin said he's 90% sure he will be at this year's WrestleMania.
Of course he's gonna be at
Drinking a couple
WrestleMania. We
Steve
already know
Weisers.
that.
For real. You're gonna be drunk as hell.
Next.
We already know he's gonna be there.
I'm just saying, this is the news. Next, TNA Impact ratings have risen 100,000.
That's good.
Oh, excuse me, 300,000.
Yeah, it rose a little bit.
That's
pretty
really
cool,
good.
yeah.
300,000. That's good.
It's almost at 300,000, and
Yeah.
before it was like 250-ish.
That's
So-
good. That's good.
So hopefully. Next, coming back to Sunny, she tweeted cause somebody got on there and said was criticizing her about selling her Hall of Fame ring. She said Jimmy Hart sold his Hall of Fame ring a while ago because he was getting a divorce and nobody said a word.
What's with these people?
Hold on.
Like,
Hold on.
All in everybody
Hold on. I
else's
wasn't,
business.
hold on. I wasn't done
What's
yet.
with these people selling all this shit?
I wasn't done yet.
Vince didn't give you the Hall of Fame ring for you to sell it.
Okay, I wasn't done yet. And then the dude came back to her and
Really
said,
broke.
if Jimmy Hart would burn his pubes in a fireplace, would you? And then she replied, I don't have any pubes.
Oh, she's shaved, clean shaved. Yeah, sorry for those that don't know.
I don't give a mad Russian fuck if that bitch got hair or not.
Damn.
I am sick and tired of these motherfuckers. They go up here to the Hall of Fame and you selling the shit that you got honored for. The Ultimate Warrior waited years to get that honor, and then he fucking died right after. And I hope his wife buried him with his Hall of Fame ring. That's how important it was. For these motherfuckers to be up here selling this shit, and Jimmy Hart,
the honky tonk man,
been sucking Hogan dick for 30 years.
Yeah, Hogan, he should have been rich.
And you're broke.
Hey, bro.
Oh my goodness, what the fuck is going on?
He had a divorce.
I don't give a I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry,
man.
bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's bad enough. Like, Sonny, you started all this shit because, like...
How she started?
Because it's bad enough. No,
Billy Graham sold his ring for anybody.
This fucking conversation started months back when we had a show and we found out that you can fucking Skype with her ass for a certain amount of money on PayPal. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You were a Divas legend at one time.
She still is.
I mean...
She's a crackhead's legend now.
It's disgusting to me because you see people...
Just leave that. If she's your kitchen bitch, gotta get through it.
Because you got people who are dying to get in the Hall of Fame.
We got that.
Who really deserve to be in there, but they're not in there. The people who are in there are abusing their right to be in there. Mm-hmm. You know? Like Abyss holding on to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about this shit again. Now, next.
He get that nigga some groceries.
Kool-Aid gonna rock.
It's a competition right now between Orlando, Florida, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, who's trying to get WrestleMania 33. To me, I'm sorry, that new stadium look like it's gonna be beautiful in Minneapolis. I'll go there, and it's domed. It's gonna be domed and everything.
If Minneapolis has the dome up, and they have that,
and they did Orlando a couple of years back.
If they have that shit ready,
with what was that? The Rock? When the Rock? Or was that Miami?
Yeah,
that was Miami.
But I know they did Orlando. It was one of them fucking WrestleMania.
They only do certain cities, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but now it's starting to be whatever city
it's starting to spread around.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Whatever city. That's why I'm glad that they got this shit done with LA. Because we're gonna go to Mania out here.
Yeah, we ain't gotta pay for no hotel room.
You said it's gonna be up in 2019, and WrestleMania will be there 2020. You can ink that. That's 4 years, Jack.
Yeah.
They'll be here. But besides all that, you should give it to Minnesota. Because Minnesota's got wrestling fans. There's a lot of wrestling history in Minnesota. There's a lot of good wrestlers that came from Minnesota. Like, they deserve it. And you're going to have a brand new state-of-the-art stadium. WWE staying consistent. The only one they really dropped the ball on was Dallas. They're going to Dallas, this year. It took a long time to get there. But it could have been a tug-of-war on money with Jerry Jones and Vince McMahon. You never know. But eventually they got there. You got to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, because it seemed like every other WrestleMania is in Florida.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Next. This is Ring of Honor news.
Okay.
It's reported that Matt Taven will be out of action for around 9 months. He's undergoing surgery on his left knee. It looked like he tore his ACL and a ruptured lateral meniscus and a tore medial meniscus. It sounded like he tore all this shit. Tore all this shit up. So yeah, see, that's the shit. You remember we were sitting there talking about Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins only tore one thing, and I'm like, okay, that's to me he can come back faster. See, like this dude, he shredded his shit. That's when you go get the whole. He got to spend that whole 9 months trying to get his shit back together. So this year the NXT had winners of the awards. The NXT had awards. You had the match of the year with Bayley and Sasha, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, which it was a great fucking match.
No problem with that.
I mean, shit, that match rivaled a lot of matches in TNA. And that's some sad shit. Overall competitor of the year was Finn Balor. Male competitor of the year was Finn Balor.
Okay.
NXT TakeOver of the year was Brooklyn. Tag Team of the year was Enzo and Cass.
But they didn't give him the belt.
Nope, they didn't. They always have them get close where they almost there and pull it back. I call that the Tommy Dreamer theory. Because you remember Tommy Dreamer always was close to that ECW title?
He never wanted to be champion, though.
But how it was presented, he always was close enough. They only gave it to him when they about to close down.
Yeah.
He was always close, damn near almost did everything, almost had it, and then got snatched from him.
Right away.
And Bayley was the female competitor of the year. Congratulations to the winners of that. Next, the big rumor is that Rock is not competing at WrestleMania, but he's going to be at WrestleMania. To me, what's the use of him being at WrestleMania if he's not competing at WrestleMania?
Same thing.
Isn't
The same reason why Steve Austin's there. WWE legend.
Okay, but the difference is The Rock can still go. Steve Austin can't go.
Doesn't matter though. Why is he there if he's not competing?
He might be getting Ronda Rousey ready for her match with Stephanie, most likely. They might be going in that direction.
Next, it looked like the plans for the two Bullet Club members, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, look like they're going to go to NXT. But some telling me I don't think they're going to make it there. I think they're going to, if they with the smart money.
They might wrestle on NXT, but they're going to be a part of a storyline on the main.
That's what I'm thinking. I think smart money.
Because the Bullet Club,
you put them up there.
Deep.
You put them up there on the regular roster.
Just as a storyline part to actually wrestle NXT.
Next, John Cena injury update. Injured WWE star John Cena posted the following, or he tweeted the following. Day 6 post-operation movement was very good because a giant chunk of cartilage was missing. This one may take a bit, so he gonna be back by WrestleMania. You gotta read through that John Cena jargon, cause he tried to push shit back. To me, if he was rehabbing his shoulder the next fucking day, that's something.
There's a strong possibility.
Yeah, cause that dude's a fucking freak when it comes to fucking major surgeries, and you be like, God damn, this motherfucker missed 6-7 months. He come back in 3. Most of his stuff been back in 3.
Yeah.
Next, Stephanie McMahon look like she been training for something. They saying she's training for WrestleMania 32.
I'm telling you, man, her and Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Because isn't Ronda Rousey training wrestling?
Yeah, she was doing some training too.
Yeah.
So, but with her, it's no.
That's why the Rock's there gonna probably be in her corner. I'm bringing Ronda. And then Triple H is going to bring Stephanie, and Stephanie's going to get her ass.
The only reason why I say I don't think that's going to happen is because Ronda got knocked out by Holly Holmes.
She did get knocked out by Holly Holmes.
So, like, I don't know if Dana White...
Holly Holmes.
I don't know
but
if
they
Dana
already
White...
talked about she don't want none of that. They already said she's not going to be at the UFC, 199 or 200.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't know if Dana White's going to want her first appearance back to be on WWE television and not UFC.
Hey, if he was
Dana
smart...
White may not let that happen.
If he was smart...
But she's training for wrestling.
If he was smart... He would let that shit happen.
She's still under a UFC contract.
But she's learning. She was.
Hey, if he was smart, he let her do that because I get that stench of her getting her ass mollywopped out of people's head. Because everybody just remember
WWE
the beating.
Tell her that she got knocked out.
No,
so I'm cool with it.
That's why I said everybody they gonna get that stench out of her head because
you got knocked out. You got knocked out.
I take it you're not a Ronda Rousey fan.
Not at all. Okay, what else you got?
She's
next, Vince Russo may be a guest on JBL Legends with JBL, which I don't have a problem with that because then he can rebuttal everything Eric Bischoff said. And me personally, I don't think Vince Russo will be full of shit.
I do.
When he be fucking sitting there telling
Vince
that shit.
Russo, you can suck it easy.
Because he don't be having no problem bagging. Jesus Christ, he don't be having no problem bagging up what the fuck he said. Because to me, because you think about it, it goes back to that. It goes back to that story with Hogan and them. With the negotiation, what pay-per-view was that? Was it Bash at the Beach?
Bash at the Beach 2000.
And he sat there, came out and told the truth. And then you hear Bischoff version, the Hogan version, there's always little twists and little things they leave out. And he came out and told the whole thing, like from what happened from the beginning, in the back, that led all the way up.
Moments, but Vince Russo's still full of shit, man.
I don't know, because to me, the only time TNA made progress was under his leadership, and then they took him out and brought Hogan in. WCW. He wouldn't put the title on Booker T. None of them was gonna ever do that.
And Booker T wouldn't have made it to the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for Russo's call to put the belt on him.
Yeah, that was all Vince Russo.
Eric Bischoff wasn't gonna make him the champ.
He was too busy.
The U.S. title was
too busy swiping Hogan's dog.
The U.S. title was.
But trust me. You know the thing about Bischoff? I know he wasn't happy about that deal either, and he was probably mad at himself that he made that fucking deal.
Okay.
Which deal?
Next up.
Giving Hogan all that total control and all that shit.
But they gave it to him again when they renegotiated the contract.
No, but what I'm saying is,
and then everybody start getting that shit.
About that shit, like fuck, man,
now
I can't turn it into what I wanted to turn it into because I done gave him Nash, all these niggas.
Everybody. It seemed like everybody knew came in. Cause I mean, think back. You was a WCW guy.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like 1 week motherfucking NWO kicking their ass. Next week they in the NWO.
It happened like that for a little bit.
Wheelchair wrestling.
1 week they getting their ass kicked. Next week they in the group. WCW killed WCW. And Eric Bischoff, with all the praise he loved to take, he gotta take the bad shit too.
They made it the geriatric show, breaking out the prune juice and the pins.
Cause shit, what was that match with Hogan and Piper? It was catch and win by the 10-minute mark.
5 minutes.
The greatest steel cage match ever. That's what it was booked as. They were sucking air by the 5-minute mark. Shit.
That brings up a good question.
With a bad hip.
Where the fuck is Jim Cornette?
Shit. The last time I heard Jim Cornette said Davey Richards, he ain't gonna never circles around Triple H.
He ain't gonna never fucking get up in there because he got a mouth and he ain't said a lot of controversial shit over a lot of people over the years.
He's a Hall of
Even though
he knows this shit.
He has a great wrestling mind, and the dude was a great manager. The dude on the table, he was a good commentator. It's like he got it. He got everything. It's just his damn mouth. His mouth is gonna stop him.
Get on Sprite.
The heavenly bodies on him.
Next, Hulk Hogan returned to the WWE at WrestleMania 32.
Oh shit!
It's in question. It looked like it might happen.
See, and you know where Hogan's gonna get over at? They're depleted. They don't have all their stars. They could bring Hogan in.
I am a
It's alright, yeah. All these niggas out here don't matter. Fucking go
well,
ahead.
we got to hear that bullshit. Oh my! The crowd's gonna go wild. They're gonna go wild over it just because he talked to Vince at the last.
Don't rule it out.
Meeting.
That's the word.
You
Don't rule it out.
Shit.
Next, what's being discussed for WrestleMania 32 is a match between Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose for the WWE Intercontinental title, which I have no problem with that.
No problem with it.
Yeah. Excellent.
And connecting to that story, how long Chris Jericho gonna be on WWE TV? Don't expect him to leave to after May. This will be a WrestleMania because you know most of the time he usually work up to him and just bow out and don't be at WrestleMania. So this WrestleMania, his ass is working.
Yeah, he's gonna work Ambrose.
Again, it goes back to why Hogan's gonna be there, the depleted superstar locker room and shit.
Next, WWE legend Jimmy Superfly Snuka will not be going on trial on March 22nd. After all, Snuka was scheduled to face involuntary manslaughter and a third-degree murder charge from the 1983 death of then-girlfriend Nancy Argento. But the court case was delayed after a hearing today in Layton Valley, Pennsylvania, where Snuka's attorneys argued that he's not mentally competent to stand trial. According to the Morning Call, the judge ordered Snuka to be tested on his mental competency and the trial to be canceled until the results of the test are available. The prosecutor argued that Snuka is acting after a career as an entertainer that caused the judge to order the testing. The competency hearing is scheduled for March 18th, and if Snuka is found mentally competent, he will stand trial at a later date to be decided.
I got a question. They said it was from a murder from 1983.
Yes.
That shit's as old as I am. That's unbelievable.
No, because the thing about it is,
not only that, but
the girl's family and everybody, they've been looking in that shit for years.
Yeah, they really
it's like,
get 'em.
because if you, I don't know if you remember back when we first talked about it, that it was a thing that it seemed like Vince McMahon, who's there now, not the old man McMahon that passed away, was a part of that shit because Vince helped his ass to get out of some of that shit. I think he did it. And Vince and all of them helped him out because if you remember back then, Jimmy Snuka was a pretty big fucking star at the time.
It was.
Here's my thing. Listening to this news and these notes coming out, I think Superfly is going to be okay because he ain't never been right in the head.
No.
So this shit.
Hey, I watched him do an interview talking to a pineapple, didn't know what the fuck he was saying. You know, I mean, most of his interviews, I didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
Hey, so with this coming out, obviously,
fly.
Hey, if he killed that broad 32 years ago, right?
Oh god.
Obviously, he has some mental issues or something, and you combine that with the freak.
He gonna blame Piper hitting him in the head with the coconut.
Yeah. And then I saw him have
Piper hit him way too fucking hard. I'm sorry.
I seen him have a conversation with a pineapple and shit. Like every time he did a promo, I didn't know it was kind of like the Ultimate Warrior. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I think with his age,
you know what I mean?
with his age and everything, like
him fighting cancer.
Yep.
All that shit.
He might get out of this.
Because
after all,
I think he might take the Joe Paterno way.
It was 32 years ago.
You
gonna die right before they get him to court.
Yeah. Already.
The good old Joe Pop.
That's a little to me.
Hey, Joe Pop knew he was going to the pen after that shit.
Yeah.
He was going to the pen.
Fucking yes.
And he sat there.
What?
Jesus Christ!
That's why he did it.
You told me they gonna put a snicker on paternal?
I'm telling you.
God damn it! Stop it! Stop it!
He would have needed protection because people would have been mad. Like my son could have got raped. You know what I mean? So he would have needed protection. And then what happens when you grow into those protection plans?
Hey, he on the right track about that.
So
the thing with Paterno, we already talked about this Joe Paterno shit. Joe decided to die because he knew that all people knew him for was Penn State. Penn State, top of Penn State, whole state of Pennsylvania, Penn State. He didn't want to become that outcast, so he went ahead and offed it.
Look what happened.
Might took some cyanide. We don't know.
Jesus Christ, nobody doing that no more. Look, the point.
For real,
the point.
They aren't taking no cyanide no more.
The point what I'm trying to say is, if he would have hung in there, he would have been okay because they ended up letting Penn State get away with it anyway.
Yeah, true.
But the crazy thing is, Reggie Bush get his mama a truck and they come down to the fucking holy hell on USC. And they pretty much destroy USC.
Joe Pop lets the kids get raped.
But it can be skin slapping and stuff like that, and they let them prosper.
Michael Vick fought dogs. Philadelphia.
He lost $100 million and did 2 years in the pen.
Joe Pop didn't do no time.
And then you got his bum ass son and all them fucking crazy motherfuckers up in fucking Pennsylvania. It's fucking disgusting that they let that shit happen to them little kids.
Sandusky was butt fucking them kids.
Okay.
Jesus, okay, that's too goddamn graphic.
Yeah, man.
That's too graphic.
You
didn't go too far now.
I said skin slapping.
You didn't go too far with that one.
You just got done talking about skin slapping in the locker room.
That's skin slapping. We can leave it there.
Which is what Bob Costas, and I give Bob Costas all his credit for being a consummate professional. He asked that sick son of a bitch on the phone. McCreary said that there was skin slapping around the corner.
Skin slapping. He asked him.
He asked that nigga, and of course, he's like, "Well, you know, sometimes sounds are not always."
Okay.
No, he never
Moving
said no.
on.
We gotta move on.
Moving on.
Said no.
Next.
Sick bastard.
WWE offer for AJ Styles was too good to turn down. Ring of Honor reportedly tried to re-sign AJ Styles to a long-term six-figure deal. 6 figures. The contract would have had seen Styles work for both Ring of Honor and New Japan, which I think is ridiculous. That's how a motherfucker get wore out. Doing all that fucking jet traveling and shit. Going from US to Japan all over and shit. You gotta think about it. It just would have been smart. It's smart business just to stay with the WWE.
Nigga, what do you think he's gonna be doing in WWE? Jet traveling every week.
Okay, but they're not gonna be jet traveling from here to Japan. Cause you gotta be split between the two.
It's the same shit.
That's a long fucking way. How many hours
you do
Japan?
You do Japan, you do your time over there. You'll go over there for like 3-4 months, and then you'll come back over here for like a couple months.
Some people like to be around their family where they can get to their family faster. Now,
sometimes you take your family.
he was a major draw for both promotions. Those plans went out the window once Styles informed Ring of Honor that the WWE offered him what's described to be as a blown away offer. Ring of Honor then removed Styles from all the dates he was scheduled for and always said it's still possible that Styles does a Ring of Honor farewell show. Yet that has to be confirmed. Ring of Honor has been trying to keep WWE from taking their talent, so they've been offering their talent exclusive deals to some of their talent.
First of all, there is no farewell show. Just say farewell now.
Because the Royal Rumble's next week.
When you see him talk about the Royal Rumble, that shit farewell. That's number one. Number two, that is a problem for Ring of Honor. And it's a problem for a lot of people. It's like,
hell,
what can you do? If
you can't blame that. Wait a minute. Because Ring of Honor just lost Mike Bennett and Maria to TNA.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
So they can't just throw it all on WWE. If you're not pushing people, if you're not pushing people and paying them, they gonna leave.
It's hard to keep your talent.
They ain't about paying. They paid AJ Styles. They just couldn't pay him like the WWE could pay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Mike Bennett. They threw a low ball offer to Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Him and his wife said, "Fuck it, we getting more money from fucking TNA, and they're gonna showcase us."
Yeah.
He got a chance to be the guy over there.
Depending on if they're gonna make him a heel or a face, I don't know what they're trying to do with him.
He probably gonna be a heel. It's already looking like that how they got it set up. But
they look like they finna pair him up against EC3.
Mm-hmm.
His wife with her ass go bring you to the dance.
Mm-hmm.
So next, the WWE 24 special will air after the Royal Rumble, and the show will focus on WrestleMania 31. Go behind the curtain from WrestleMania as Sting makes his debut, Seth Rollins wins his first world title, and much, much more. So it'll be something to watch after the Royal Rumble next Sunday.
All right.
Next, Ric Flair is bringing LT, a.k.a. Lawrence Taylor, to Raw.
Oh, okay. That would have been happening basically in the 90s, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Right now, I mean... I think he'll be behind the scene. I don't know if you want a child molester on the show.
Well,
you know, basically...
Hey, he's convicted. I'm sorry. Kid, 16...
16, 17-year-old... You know, 18. Well, R. Kelly is. He walked off that.
She was like 16, 15.
Oh, that's nasty. I mean, yeah.
And you gotta think about it. He like 50.
Well, Flair might be looking for those young girls too. I don't know. You know, he ain't out with them. But nobody cares. Fuck that. You know what I mean? That would have been hype.
Next.
Maybe LT could be a Hall of Famer.
Oh shit.
Fuck celebrity ring.
But
no, I think you could pretty much guarantee fucking old boy from what's his name going in there from Motorhead. I think that's a done deal. When he dropped dead, that was his ticket.
Okay, no problem with that.
Scott Hall wouldn't mind a full-time gig at NXT. During the interview with Sports Illustrated, Scott Hall mentioned that his next career goal would be a full-time employee at NXT. Now, to me, I would love to hear him on the table. They got a good little table down there, but maybe you can add him as that old veteran Hall of Fame presence. He always been a good talker.
I got no problem with that.
Or he could be that or a trainer. I kind of like Regal being a little GM, so I wouldn't knock Regal out of his spot.
No, Scott Hall can't be an authority figure.
Just let him be an announcer. He'll be better than Vampiro.
God damn. Should be better than the fucking Pope.
The Pope sucks.
And that ends up our news and notes. So to hurry up and roll this shit.
Oh, we pass hurrying up. We in the hour.
Anybody got some KBs? Go!
I mean, my kids and bitch, I've already said it. I don't like these past superstars that are Hall of Famers that were blessed to get in the Hall of Fame selling their rings and shit. McMahon should make them sign a fucking gag order.
It's their ring, man. How you gonna fucking...
I mean, but still, that's shames
it's their property.
That just shames it, dude.
It's their property.
I don't like that either.
It's supposed to be important, man. Like, you worked your whole life to get there. And a lot of people who worked hard haven't even gotten there. And you're there, and you're giving a bitch your fucking Hall of Fame ring? Whatever. I don't know. Sonny, to me, people like Sonny, people like Jimmy Hart, they can get a job in the wrestling business somewhere, anywhere.
Sonny,
Jimmy Hart usually been working down there with that Wrestle-licious, that black dude that won the lotto down there. Well, and he created a women's promotion. Lucky son of a bitch.
Well, you ain't got
know how much ass he probably gets his
face.
Like, you gotta sell shit.
You know what I mean? Like, man.
And they got some nice women down there.
Yeah.
You feel like you gotta sell your jewelry and shit? I don't know, I guess.
But see, you gotta remember, if he got a divorce, then they look at that as like property. And that's probably some expensive property because it is a Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why Jimmy Hart.
His ex-wife could have made him like, I want half of your ring.
Yep.
Like,
you know how that goes to fucking pension and shit like that?
Well, mine is, I'm just, I'm going to keep it consistent, because I got on TNA when they was having Kenny King and James Storm on their show, and they weren't there anymore. I have to say Ring of Honor, you got to get it together, baby. You know what I mean? You got The Miracle over in TNA right now. The guy that used to be from the Kingdom, he's not there anymore. But
you still got him on the TV.
But Michael Bennett was in the main event.
He low-key kind of pulled a poor man's Rick Rude this week.
Yeah, he was in the main event, but then he showed up on TNA. Well, but he been showed up on TNA 2 weeks ago. But he was just in the main event tonight.
Yeah.
On Ring of Honor television. So just get that together, man. You really have to. Because real knowledgeable wrestling fans, we don't like that shit, man. You know what I mean? This is straight from the gut. We do not like that shit. You don't want to see a guy that's not there wrestling in your organization when he's wrestling with somebody else. You know what I mean? We don't like that fake it until you make it type shit. So just get it together. You're doing fine. Get it together, baby. That's it. That's about it.
Yeah, and don't be fucking selling your shit. You're gonna go to the Hall of Fame and shit like that. Don't fucking sell your Hall of Fame ring. It's like Sonny. Let's be real. Sonny can get money doing some other shit.
Hey,
she ain't gotta do shit.
If you're gonna criticize her, criticize Hart, criticize fucking
Billy Graham,
and somebody else sold their Hall of Fame ring. I can't think of it.
It's like
it's another person.
I don't like that because I feel
you gotta take down everybody.
No, I don't like that because it's like if you selling your shit, then it didn't mean nothing.
They probably give him another one. Maybe they got. Maybe they got
another one. So what? Now we starting a Hall of Fame ring factory?
No, I'm just saying.
If they give him another one,
they gave Ric Flair
away the value.
Understand? He put his ring in the casket, his son's casket, but they gave him.
Okay, that one was 6 feet under. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's a little different circumstance. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna get your Hall of Fame ring and then you're gonna start hawking that shit off to people, and then they give you another one, that takes away the value of the ring you just sold.
Maybe the WWE should get them. They need to start giving them fucking contract like the pros do.
We'll
you know,
see.
help these motherfuckers out.
You got a KB?
Huh?
You got a KB?
Well, shit. It's been an up and down week, you know, through this business. A lot of positives, you know, some negatives. You know, the WWE. I'm just gonna have a multifaceted one. WWE is like, you don't know what they're doing with the world title, right? That shit's up in the air. And it's like that poor kid, and I give him credit. You know, I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns coming out there because they didn't work the shit out of Roman Reigns for the last year. How they was running that dude into the ground. I mean, he's the only motherfucker I've seen to have multiple matches, like multiple times during the year.
But you're gonna be pissed off if he goes to Royal Rumble and lose.
No, to me, for storyline, I understand if he does lose. I just don't want to go on Triple H.
But that puts his title reign in the shit house if he goes and loses right now.
Hold on. The only thing that would make it better if Lesnar do win it, and I'm not a proponent of Lesnar, but for him to get the finish off Lesnar, how he should have went, I'll take that. I'll take that. Other than that, unless you got somebody like AJ Styles winning it, I don't want to see it. Yeah. And that's
what
my
about
thing.
Bray Wyatt?
I love it because he deserves it. That dude didn't bust his ass.
But if they go Bray Wyatt, means they're going in a totally different direction from Roman Reigns.
I can deal with that. To me, it's
because they've already wrestled each other.
Yeah, to me, it's making a new star. I have no problem with that. Yeah. If you making a new guy, I'm good with that.
I got a feeling they might put it on Wyatt because he hasn't been on TV.
I hope so.
I mean?
I hope so. He deserves it. Yeah. From dealing with that dead man shit multiple fucking times, for all the other shit. And his game has improved.
But I don't think it's right that what they're doing to Roman Reigns, though, man. They're really fucking him, man.
It's not
they
right.
Gotta validate him by letting him win the Rumble, win Fastlane, go into Mania as champion. Otherwise, his reign don't mean shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not right how they doing either. That's why I've been suggesting, like, they need to fucking bring back multiple belts. They need to have the gold belt back. That's my thing. You know, the other fucking thing I was gonna say, it's like TNA. Come on, man. You fucking. This kid EC3 is legit. And you sit here and cut him off at the knees. We know what's going to happen next week. You're going to fucking put bitch ass fucking Matt Hardy, 41-year-old, over with having a big fat Titus or Tyrus or Tiger or whatever the fuck his name is. Help him.
Funkasaurus.
Bummasaurus. Now, you going to have Matt Hardy. Now, the only problem I don't have is you see Matt Hardy's wife come out.
He's pimping his wife.
I have a problem with that. The wife and kid need to stay at home.
No, the kid needs to stay at home. That I agree with. No little baby should be out there. No baby should be out there. But his fat ass wife, to see the visual shit,
he's pimping her out.
He can bring her out. I got no problem with that.
Giving her smooches on TV.
With the fucking Jeff Hardy shit, like what you gonna do with that? You know, TNA needs to start making some fucking stars. They need to start immediately. I want to see new people, not a retread Matt Hardy, who didn't have what it takes.
I've heard Randy say this for the last year, the last 5 years. TNA needs to make new stars.
I'm for real.
I think we have to get to a point in our lives where we realize it's not going to happen. And if they do make a new star, it's by accident, and then Kurt Angle's going to beat them.
See, and
that's TNA in a nutshell.
That's the sad thing that you had Kurt Angle. He's supposed to be on this retirement fucking old geezer tour.
It's a retirement tour.
And to me, you would have made an impact to me. You let fucking Drew McIntyre hit that double arm DDT on his ass and put his lights out.
This is the funny.
That's an impact.
He was too busy standing up getting Angle slammed.
He couldn't even do it.
No, this is the funniest shit. You guys better all get prepared for this. Kurt Angle's farewell tour. He's going to beat everybody, and at the end he's going to say, I still got it, I'm not retiring. and he's going to win the TNA World title.
He needs
you still got it!
And then them dumbass fans are going to say, you still got it. And, like,
and then you see
shut the fuck up!
And then you see when he comes out like Bobby Lashley, what are you doing with him?
All right.
I don't know.
That's our show.
Lashley's at the house playing Legos. I don't know what the fuck.
You got all these horses in the stable. And then you get the Ring of Honor. Like, you need to let people know wherever your damn channel is. See, we had to get a WrestleHead fan to find out. Because it wasn't public knowledge.
Looking at that show, though, we do have to check the date on that show, because that show could have been old.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
But it's still something.
Yeah, nonetheless. Then, Lucha Underground.
Because old boy was hurt. And that's the same one that he said about the knee being out. You know, he from the Kingdom.
Okay.
Taven, yeah. See, he's gone.
So, you know what I mean? He did
But
out there on the
but see,
back.
some of their shows are behind too, so it's the same thing.
They're behind, of course.
Then you get the fucking Lucha Underground. A lot of positive shit. To me, you know, Prince Puma, take that shit off, make him Ricochet, showcase him more. You know, eventually they're going to have to put John Morrison over because he's built as one of their people. And John Morrison also said that he's thinking about coming back to the WWE.
Talking about he was going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
That's what he said. But how is he going to be in the Royal Rumble if he's on Lucha Underground Season 2?
Hey, he might.
Lucha Underground's already taped.
They started to tape him. But
if he goes their season, shit's taped.
If he goes to him and just says like, "Hey, they're gonna pay me this much to be in the Royal Rumble. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Let me do this. This is some extra scratch."
Yeah.
WWE sure could use the help.
Yeah, I mean, just for the star power, it's that, and then when you get to Global Force, the non-existing Global Force.
As long as they don't bring back PJ Black, we good.
He's somewhere. He in Lucha Underground.
He's like the biggest free agent that really ain't got shit. Go ahead.
He in Lucha Underground. Then you got Global Force who's not doing shit. Jeff Jarrett came and running his mouth. Oh, Double J. Oh, fucking wife stealing son of a bitch. Ain't getting shit done. That's irritating. Because I want to see where that goes. I can't say nothing about NXT.
Straight down the shit.
I can't say nothing negative about NXT because to me, NXT been making... They damn near ain't made a bad move yet.
I can't say shit about TNA right now. TNA's on TV. I mean, obviously Jeff didn't get that part of the deal.
Shit.
How to get a TV station. Maybe he should get that from Dixie.
Yeah.
Shit. Apparently, people say shit. See, Dixie needs to stick in the business part because it seems like she's very skilled at it.
In the business part, yes.
Yeah. But the wrestling,
the direction part.
Her problem is whoever she keeps getting as the main booker keep fucking her.
She need to get John Laurinaitis over there. She needed an executive vice president of talent relations.
She got one.
Really
it's that Vader knockoff. What's that? What's his name?
What is that?
John Gubrick.
What is that?
The one that fucking said he signed everybody.
Billy Corgan.
What is Smashing Pumpkins doing over there?
He's supposed to be a fucking writer.
He's just a fucking.
He may not even be there anymore. That could have been the old TNA.
No, he was a part of this because he made the theme song for the new show.
That's why he joined TNA to make theme songs.
Which is fine because music is what he does.
So, to wrap that up in a nutshell, those are my little niblets of kitchen bitches.
Man, we got the Royal Rumble next Sunday. It's going to be a hell of a day. If you're an NFL fan, you got the championship games going on. You got the Royal Rumble going on. We're really going to find out in wrestling because after Sunday, we're on the road.
Everything.
Get on the on-ramp, we're starting the road.
We already on the road, Jack.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
we don't get on the road until
we're on the road.
Rumble.
Goddamn it, we're on the goddamn road. The point what I'm trying to say is this. We got all this going on. You know AJ Styles coming. That's monumental enough.
Because Royal Rumble's supposed to be telling us what our main event's going to be. And then we go from there.
AJ motherfucking Styles is coming. Who would have ever thought that this day would ever come?
I swear. If that motherfucker don't show up and we see him back in New Japan.
It's already been told.
He gonna be a kitchen bitch by everybody. Everybody.
Hell yeah. Oh, good.
We gonna send that nigga from 8 Mile back to the trailer park.
It's already, to me, you know he's coming. He wouldn't have told Ring of Honor and New Japan and all them. He did the classic thing. He gave him his notice. He let him know like, hey, WWE offered me something that y'all can't know where it can come.
Or if he shows up and he goes out there and Triple H beats his ass.
Okay, see, that ain't got nothing to do with it. If he comes there, he comes. So I'm thinking.
I'm just saying, for all of our years of watching wrestling, this could go bad so many different ways.
I understand you got to be
you can't even be joyful about what's gonna happen.
We don't know.
It's like we don't know if Roman Reigns is gonna get fucked. Man. We don't know if Triple H is gonna win the Rumble. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen over here. Which is maybe what they want.
Yeah. It is a surprise factor.
I'm expecting 3 to 4 to maybe 5 surprises. I think this Royal Rumble, see, why we in a good position is, can't forget, they got to get shit ready for fucking Texas. That's why this big push is happening. That's why you're seeing these big moves being made.
I remember a time when we were expecting 5 or 6, 7 surprises, and all we got was a Godfather.
Okay.
First
off, the motherfucker went out there, he got the ring, flew back out, put his hat back on, chuck it down. And I was sitting there like, is this all the shit we getting this year? And I look over at Randy. Randy's like, Godfather, and I'm like, you can hear the disappointment in his voice. Like, this is all we got. And then he started fucking reliving his 90s shit. Oh, it's the People's Pimp. I'm like,
that's my boy.
I'm like, the People's Pimp could have showed up on Raw tomorrow. Yeah. Like, we really need some crowd.
We're in the crowd.
We need some real niggas in this match.
Hey, most of y'all be happy when Kevin Nash be slugging his old ass.
I know, and they keep dragging that nigga out. I'm like, to me, by the 4th time, that ain't no surprise no more. That's one of those, oh, fuck, all right.
This guy again. Like,
I mean,
shit.
And nothing's worse than that year when they did the fucking everybody at the goddamn announce table went in there.
Oh, man.
They burned 4 spots.
That was whack.
They burned like 3 or 4 spots.
Hold on. Like, you're going in, man? I'm ordering Michael Cole in the Rumble?
Oh, man.
Like, really?
With that fucking Bayside High singlet on?
Oh, you fucking stupid.
Shit.
AC Slater.
AC Slater singlet, though.
But the good thing is,
Bayside High. He was going against Valley.
Every wrestling fan should be happy because Dallas is so important to them this year. So they're gonna go deep. They're gonna go high. They're gonna spend the money. So we might get a couple other fucking surprises. So look forward to that. Are we doing a post show?
I think we're gonna do a show after the Royal Rumble because there's no reason in doing a pre-show. We're all gonna be too excited to fucking get right into the show.
Yeah.
So post show after the Royal Rumble.
Show.
Expect it.
And let's be real, folks. And I'm gonna just give you the real shit right there. If we don't fucking have any voices anymore, then it was a good Royal Rumble. If we come in here with our middle fingers up, then you already know what the fuck happened. Yeah. And then WWE is gonna be everybody's kitchen, bitch.
Yeah, for real.
So
have a nice day.
Especially if Triple H winning.
Have a nice day, Bobby, and enjoy the big bad boy.
Wrestleheads out.